Hey everyone, welcome in. I'm Captivate, and I am starting to look at OP13 with both Ace and Emu. I'll have an Emu guide coming out very shortly, so I just wanted to jump in to Ace. The set is releasing in a little over a month now, but as some of you may already know, we had a really cool Zoro that got announced that I'm sure a lot of you are going to be trying to win, and I know that I personally am going to be doing my best to get ready for this, and then also try to win. So I'm going to go ahead and jump over the Ace deck list. I took a pretty standard list. I think I looked at a lot of lists, and I've played probably like 20-30 games on Ace so far, so I feel like I have a pretty good idea about like what the deck is doing. So I'm just going to jump over everything real quickly. So starting off, we have quite a bit of searchers and consistency cards. So the GARP here says that we can look at the top 4 cards of our deck and then grab a 3 cost or more. So this is going to grab pretty much every card in our deck outside of the searchers. And then real quick, I will just go ahead and go over the Ace leader effect for anyone that doesn't already know. It says on your opponent's attack once per turn, you may trash 1 card from your hand, give up to one of your opponent's leader or characters minus 2,000 power during this battle. So this is basically the Shanks blocker on a leader effect, turning all of the bricks that we run into 2Ks at least once per turn. So really, really good that you basically can't get bricked with this deck with the amount of cycling and drawing, and then also just this consistency piece makes it really nice that because he is a 3-life leader, you don't just randomly die to swings. Like sometimes that will happen with Black Yellow Luffy where you draw or Purple Luffy, not Black Yellow Luffy, where you draw a bunch of counterless cards early into the game and then literally just die before you hit 10 Dawn. So that's not going to be possible to happen with this leader. And then he also has another effect that says Dawn times 1 once per turn. When you receive damage or your character with 6,000 base power or more is KO'd, you draw 1 card. So this is really cool because you are a 3-life leader, but as long as you have 1 Dawn under your leader, it kind of makes him a 6-life leader as long as you're getting your leader effect every time you take damage. So this gives you so much card draw. And then this synergizes really well with a lot of cards that you play. You know, as you can see, we don't play anything that's under 4,000 power outside of this Uta and the Pudding, which I think everyone knows why we run this card. And then this Uta we'll get to in just a minute. So going back to the searchers, I already talked about GARP, and then the other searcher that we have is the Ezo. This says, look at top 5 cards and then grab a Whitebeard Pirate. So this is going to search just about every card in your deck. All of our top end outside of the Roger is Whitebeard Pirate, and we can grab those. We can grab the 8 Dawn card, and then we can grab all of our mid-game bodies. So these are your searchers, and then we also do play the Otama, which is on play, draw 2, trash 1, because we do always have 3 or less life. So she will always be active for us. And then the Ezo does have another effect that says you may trash this character, draw 1 card, and then place 1 card on the bottom. So just a nice cycle to increase consistency of the deck. These really are the 3 consistency pieces, and then it just makes this deck fire basically every game you play it. Moving on, we do play Thatch. This primarily is just a 2K counter with the Whitebeard Pirate tag so that we can grab it off of Ezo. He does have an effect that comes up. Sometimes one of the main things that you can do with him is you play your Gold Roger the turn before you're going to go for game, and then Gold Roger obviously says when your opponent activates blocker, if they have 0, if you or your opponent has 0 life, then you win the game. So once you get them or yourself to 0 life, you swing the Roger, and obviously they can't block. So one of the things that he does is he says if your leader is Whitebeard Pirates, give one of your opponent's characters minus 2,000 power for this turn, and then put the top card of your life into your hand. So really what he's there for is you play Roger the turn before you're going to go for game, and then you play down this Thatch to take your last life, putting you to 0, and then now you can swing all of your characters and your opponent cannot block anything. Ezo, this is a card that I actually saw on Twitter with Jake Hayes. I will put his Twitter down in the description below. He's been pretty active on there, and he is a friend of mine. So he actually had this in the deck list for Zoro. Another card that I have seen as a tech for Zoro is, I'll pull it up right now, is the Vista blocker. And then this is just a nice little chump blocker. Just pay 1, put this down, and then be able to block one of the Zoro swings into your characters so you can try and build that wider board. These two kind of are just there to help mitigate the Zoro matchup a little bit. Ezo says on play, attach 1 Rested Dawn to your leader or one of your characters, and then on opponent's attack, trash 1 card from your hand, and then you give a leader or character minus 2,000 power for the turn. So this is for the turn compared to your leader, which is for the battle. So this is particularly good against Zoro because we can mitigate his leader for the entire turn. So if he swings 8 into something like this, you can use the effect, make him a 6, and then you just give a 1k to get out of the attack into your leader. So really, really good there. I feel like if you want to combat Zoro, you probably bump this up to maybe a 2 or 3 of so that you can see it a little more often. This has felt like pretty good against Zoro. And then we have Yamato. This is a card that I think I saw like a lot when OP13 came out. This was like pretty standard, the 6-drop card that you wanted to use. And I think as time progressed, it really is primarily just a card that's used for Emu. It is really good on 6 against Emu. And then obviously just getting like a nice 7k swing with Rush is good against a lot of decks, but I think more often than not, you're going to want to play the Jozu. But Jozu is particularly bad against Emu because you're not going to be able to bounce any of their characters. But we'll get to Jozu in just a second. The Yamato is very good for the Emu matchup specifically. I think it's pretty good as a one-of because you can search and cycle so much. I think you're allowed to play one-ofs in this deck, and I think you'll see those in a lot of the topping ace lists once we get to OP13, and then also ace lists from Asia right now are playing a lot of one-ofs because you're kind of allowed to do that in a deck that runs this much draw and cycle and searching power. Moving on, we do have the Uta. This is kind of a tech card that has come up more over the past, and that is because she has the text that says if you have a character with 10,000 power or more, give this card in your hand -4 cost, and then she's also a blocker. So the synergy that this has is if we have a 10,000 power or more character, she has -4 cost, so she costs 2. And as you can see, all of our big characters are 10,000 or more. And really this synergizes with this 8 cost event, which I can go over right now. It says if your leader has the Whitebeard Pirates type, play up to 1 Edward Newgate from your hand, and then you may add the top or bottom card from your life into your hand. And then if you do that, you give one of your leader 2,000 power until the end of your turn. So we're really not worried about the part that says taking life and then increasing our leader's power. Really what we're doing is we're playing a 10 cost for 8 with this card. So that's where this Uta comes in, is we can play this for 8, play out the Newgate or the other Newgate. This one is Hackbeard is kind of the nickname that it has, but we can play these out for 8, and then we use the Uta for 2 Dawn, and then that's a nice 10 Dawn that we have right there. We can get out 2 blockers, or this, which is going to freeze your opponent's board, and then a blocker for their leader, or you can even play the Newgate. So she's really good in the deck, and then she also is just a 2k counter, so very good there. Moving on, we do have one of the 9 cost Edward Newgate. This has been added as a tech against Emu more recently, and the reason that we play this in the deck right now is it combos with this 8 cost card, and really what the idea is, you're going to use this to take your last life. Assuming you have 1 life and then have already played, you know, like 1 or 2 of these blocker Newgates, you're going to use this to take your last life the turn before you want to go for game. So this will buff you to 8k, and then from this you'll play out the Newgate. And then this Newgate is going to buff you another 2k. So between these 2 cards, you'll go to 10,000 power for the next turn. And then you can combo that by playing an Uta. So that lets you go to 10k for the turn while getting this blocker on board. And then it just sets it up so that now you have 0 life going into your next turn. You can play the Roger. So against Emo, this combo is specifically really, really oppressive because all of their bodies are 7k. So it means they're going to have to put 3 Dawn on a character just to get like 1 card out of your hand. So this is really good. Just stalling the game 1 more turn while taking your last life, setting up the Gold Roger play so that they can't block. And then obviously we do have the 2 cost Gold Roger. This card has been out since OP09 and was kind of run in Shanks list, but it exploded in popularity with Ace. And the reason for that is there is a lot of decks that kind of just block her up and wall up now. So with how much cycling and then searching we're able to do in this deck, we just run this as a 2 of, because you're really just trying to find it on the last turn of the game. You play this for 10, and then all of your giant characters that you've played out get to swing, and then you don't have to worry about any blockers or anything like that. Yeah, so he's really good in the deck. One of the main win conditions and kind of your finisher into a lot of matchups. We already talked about the Otama and the Izo, just a really good 2k, ultimately the card that got the Nami leader banned, which I've played her here and there, but I'm not too upset about the leader just getting banned. And then we do have Pudding. This is my personal least favorite card in the game. I hate Pudding. I hate the randomization of this card, and because of that, you kind of have to play it. And I think some of the mirrors that I've played, you both go to like 10 or 12 cards in hand pretty easily, so just having the Pudding to mitigate hand size and then drop them back down to 5 has been very good. I think you have to play this as at least a 2 of. Then moving on, we have kind of our 4 Dawn play. Marco really is the card that you want to get on board the most. He is a blocker, and then he says on KO, draw 2 cards. And then he also does have the 6,000 power stat line, so he synergizes with your leader. So if you're playing him on 4, and then you block with him, you get the additional 2 cards that he draws you. And then if you do have a Dawn on your leader and block with him on a later turn, he draws you 3. So really, really good. There's times in the later game where you're going to go for game next turn, and you just need to stall 1 turn, so you just play like both of these for 8 Dawn, put a Dawn on your leader, and then if you block with both, you draw a total of 5 cards. So it's kind of crazy how quickly you can build your hand size with this card. He's a pretty big contributing factor of how you draw so many cards in Ace. And then I am playing one of the Cavendish. I've kind of played around with this as like a 1 of or a 2 of. It really is mainly just another 4 cost to play on the 4 Dawn turn, just so that you don't whiff that that 4 Dawn curve. So just getting a nice like 6k body in play. He draws you 2, you get to trash 1, just cycle your hand a little bit, and then find the combo pieces for later in the game. Then we do have the 5 cost Yamato. This says if you have 3 or less life cards, draw 2, and then give 1 rested Dawn to your leader. So she's going to be your best play going first on 5 Dawn. And then obviously on 6 Dawn, if you don't have a Jozu or you don't have a character on board to bounce with the Jozu, then you can play Yamato on 6 as well. But very good card, just, you know, draw cards and then get your leader effect off as well. And I've kind of touched on it already. The Jozu is really good. He's been a staple in most blue decks. It's just a really good 6 Dawn play. You just play him on curve, bounce one of your searchers that you played, you draw 1, and then you bounce one of your opponent's 6 or less. So any 5 cost that they play, you can just bounce that back to hand. And then if it is something like Emu, where they can't be removed from the board, if you do have 2 searchers on board, you can just bounce both of your searchers, just to basically draw 2 cards. And then we do have the 10 cost Edward Newgate or Taxbeard. This one is, and it says if your leader includes Whitebeard Pirates and you have 2 or less life cards until the end of your opponent's next turn, all of your opponent's characters cannot attack unless they first discard 2 cards from their hand. So basically this Newgate is going to put a tax on all of your opponent's characters, where for each attack they have to pay 2 cards out of hand. So really what he's doing is he's basically just making your opponent skip one of their turns of attacking, and then you get a nice 10k 12 or 10 cost 12k power body on the board. Specifically very good against Emu, because what they're really trying to do is just get a bunch of bodies and then spam 7s at you. So this makes it that they really don't have the card economy to pitch 2 and then swing at you that way. So this is really good against Emu specifically, and then any deck that's just going to go wide, it just gives you a nice turn that they really can't swing at you unless they give you their entire hand. And then we do have the Edward Newgate from OP13. This card was pretty obviously made for the deck and is one of the reasons the deck is so good right now. It's a 10 cost 12k blocker, so just massive blocker. This is on play, draw 2 and then trash 1 from your hand, and then give your leader and up to one of your characters 2 rested Dawn. So on 10 we can play him. And then we actually do get our leader effect as well, because he'll put the Dawn on our leader, and then he just draws us cards. As you can see, every card that we play kind of draws us cards. So we end up having these just massive like 10, 12, 14 card hands pretty often. And that really is like why I think the deck is so powerful right now. But he's really good. You just play him and then you get a free block on one of their big swings. So he draws you cards and then he basically saves you cards every turn that you're blocking. And then we do play 1 Red Rock. I think this is pretty important in a blue deck to just be able to remove some of the threats that come down. Sometimes green decks play like a 9 cost Zoro that we just have to get rid of. Or in the mirror, once we establish a board and then we just want to get rid of like our opponent's Newgate, then that's pretty valuable to do so. And then we do have the I Am Whitebeard card, which we already kind of touched on. But yeah, that is the deck list. Really what you're trying to do every game, if you are going second, you're just going to play your searchers on your 2 Dawn turn. And then on your 4 Dawn turn, you're going to play the Marco or the Cavendish. And then on 6, you'll play Jozu or Yamato, one of the Yamatos, or Izo even. And then on 8, we're really looking for the I Am Whitebeard card into the blocker Newgate. This is kind of like the combo that you're searching for all game and drawing towards, is you really want to have this card with one of the 10 costs at least. You can't play this off of the I Am Whitebeard card, but you're really looking for one of the Newgates to play off of that card on your 8 Dawn turn, because it's basically ramping you to 10 a turn earlier, but we're not playing purple and we're not ramping Dawn. So that is really strong, and that's ultimately what you're looking for. So when you're doing your searches, you're just looking for searching for the pieces in your curve, as well as searching for this combo here to play that on your 8 on turn. And then once you get to 8, you typically just try to chain 10 costs, or once you have enough 10 costs on board and you know you're going to close the game out, you can kind of just spam down a blocker or two to extend the game one more turn and then go for game on the following turn. Going first, very similar, obviously. We're kind of just delayed by 1 turn, and that kind of means that we can get our leader effect off as well. So on 1 Dawn, we will search, obviously. On 3, gonna continue to search with whatever we have, and then put Dawn on our leader and swing 7 or 8 at them. On 5, we will play, you know, one of the Marco Cavendish. On 5, going first, I'm really looking for this Yamato to play this on curve, because she will give us the Dawn for our leader effect, so we'll get to play her, draw 2, and then put 1 on our leader, and then swing 7. And then on 7, we will typically play one of the 6 costs from there. And then on our 9 Dawn turn, we do the same thing where we're typically just trying to play this I Am Whitebeard card to get a 10 cost in play a turn earlier. But yeah, I hope this helps you all, and I am looking forward to playing a lot of OP13. I'm going to be practicing a lot for this set. I have a regional or a treasure cup every week of November. I'm trying to win that Zoro serial card. So yeah, I hope you all enjoy the games, and I will see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, please leave a comment down below what deck you're going to be playing in OP13. I'm going to try and cover them all and post quite a lot of videos of gameplay as well as guides. So yeah, and if you did like the video and you did enjoy the video, please like and subscribe. It means so much to me, and I will see you all in the next video. Please enjoy the gameplay. Thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna pick to go second. That's what we want to do into pretty much everything. This hand, quite honestly, is terrible. Obviously, we're looking for searchers and curves, so this is much better. So we have 4, 6, 8. This is like literally exactly what we're looking for. I don't even need to search anything this game. The Yamato is really good against Emu. I really like having this Yamato for Emu. I think towards the start of OP13 over in Asia, then they were playing a lot more of this card, but I think it's pretty good. It's just like a 1 or 2 of. I think it's really good into emo and not that great into a lot of other decks. I think I'd rather play the Jozu. So we don't have anything to play here, but I am going to attach to leader just so that we do get our leader effect. So if he decides to go 8 into us and I want to take, then I get the extra draw off of our life. So anytime I can put it down on leader, I want to go ahead and do that. And next turn, obviously, we'll play Marco into Yamato into event. So we really have our next 3 turns planned here. If at any point he wants to take life pretty greedily, then we can pudding him, but I don't think that's going to end up happening. Okay. I was going to say, I wasn't sure if he went AFK or not, but he does play. Luffy, I'm not super familiar with. So he swings 7 into us. We could give... So the only card that I really could give is these 2. I'm not sure if Luffy is a deck that we need to hold pudding for. I can just give the 2k, and I think I'm fine with doing that. Because we already have our curve, I'm not really like digging for anything. I also could make the argument of like taking this life because we have the Dawn on leader here. So next turn we're going to play the Marco and we won't have a Dawn on leader. So if we do take next turn, we do kind of miss out on one of the draws that we get from leader effect. So we can start with a 6 here. But he's going to 5. I think it's very unlikely that he hits us hard enough that we actually want to take it unless he doesn't have a piece on curve and just goes like 10 at us. I would obviously take that. But realistically, any other number that he swings while playing something, it's probably either going to play like a 5 and not swing. Yeah. Maybe puts these 2 on leader and then could go 6 or 7 at us. Okay, so he swings 6. I can give either of these. I think I'm just going to give the Thatch. As much as I don't want to give the 2k for a 6k swing, I kind of want to hold on to the pudding just in case it does end up being something that we want to use. And I'm honestly not too familiar with win rates in OP13, so I'll be getting a little bit more familiar with those. But right now, I can pull up and see. So ace into red-green Luffy. I actually don't, I don't even see Red Green Luffy on the list that I'm looking at for win percentages, so I'm guessing he's not really played right now. At least not enough to show up on the list. Okay, so he leaves 2 Dawn up, and with Luffy's leader effect, it says if you have 5 or less active Dawn on your field, you may rest any number of your Dawn cards. So basically, each of these are going to be a 2k counter for each Dawn that he rests. So if he goes 6, he can rest. We're going to play the Yamato, which will give a rest here. So it'll be 6, 7, 7. And we can just start with a 6 here. I don't need to leave this up. We have 3 life. Yep, 7, and then we can play the Yamato and then use the effect. So then we can go 7 and then 7. And we don't have too many cards in hand. Obviously, because we still have the 3 life and we haven't gotten our leader effect off it at all. But like if he swings into this Marco and kills it, that's a +3 for us. So if we go from 4 to 7, as soon as he hits us, it's 2 cards, so that'll get us back to 7. Okay, so we're in a pretty good spot here, and then next turn we will play Newgate. The only issue is after that, because we haven't had any searchers, we don't actually have any other Newgates, but this Newgate is going to draw us 2, so hopefully we can draw into more top end to continue with the game. So let's see where he swings this 6 at. I'd kind of like to keep the Yamato alive, and I really don't care if he wants to kill the Marco. If he wants to kill the Marco, I'll probably let it die. So if we defend this swing, he can swing with the Sanji. I think I just give the 1k here, just to keep it alive. And then if he wants to commit with the Sanji, then I think we just let it die for the 9. Yeah, I think we definitely let this die. Get the draw off of leader effect. Okay, so we actually do draw into more top end, so that's good for us. We're still at 3 life, so I'm really not scared, and I also don't think I need... do I need to take life? Yeah, I don't have any reason to take life, and then this Newgate is going to give 2 Rested Dawn to our Marco and our leader, so we'll do this first. Don't take life, and then I want to hold on to the Newgate. I don't really need this Yamato. I'll probably play the Marco as a blocker later, and then we'll do that. So now we can go 8 at lead twice. And we are in like a pretty commanding position, I think, here. He's going to 9 Dawn, so if he drops a Zoro, I honestly think he just loses. I don't think there's any world where he can drop a Zoro. And then now we have this big 12k blocker. Okay, so we pass there. Again, we don't have too many cards in hand because the Marco hasn't died and we still have all of our life. So even though we only have 4 in hand, we're going to get back up there in hand size. Alright, 6 at lead. So this is double attack. I don't really want to take this one. So I'm probably going to block. So it's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So he can only get this to 11. And I know he's going to want to leave Dawn up for leader. So honestly, I think we take this 6k swing. Actually, we could... I kind of want to play the... Like, I could play the pudding this turn, but I'm probably going to play... Realistically, I play Newgate on my next turn. I'm going to block the Luffy with the Newgate. So it's really just this swing and then this next Sanji swing that we have to think about. So I honestly think I just give the Otama here. No blocker. Give the Otama. And then in case he turns this into an 8k with just 1 Dawn, yeah. Now we can take this. No blocker, draw off of our leader effect, and then this just, because this is only 1 card, just counter out of this, take this, and then now he really has no reason to swing this because I'll just block with Newgate, which was the whole point of leaving the Newgate active, or not blocking the first swing, I guess I should say. Okay, so now we have 2... let's see, we have 2 different lines that we could go here. We could just play the Newgate, draw 2, trash 1, put Dawn on these, and then swing. I think that's probably going to be our best play. Or we could go like Marco Pudding, put him down to 5. I think we just play the Newgate though. I'm really not scared of anything. And then I'm just going to trash this I Am Whitebeard. I don't have any reason for that card. We'll start with an 8. Keep the Marco standing and see how he responds to this 8. If I was scared about dying, I would probably keep this Marco up because he does give us a +3 when he dies because he'll draw us 2 and then leader effect. So we get to like shoot up in hand size. So he rests Dawn to get out of those. And then I'm just going to swing 12, see how he reacts to that. I'm guessing he'll probably take this one. Because right now he has 1, 2, 3, 4 swings. We have 2 life and a lot of counter. So I'm really not scared of dying. Okay, so he does block that. And he doesn't have any other blockers. So if I swing this 8, he'll pay 1 Don and then have to give a 2k. So I think I'm fine with doing that because we don't lose. Like, we're so far ahead at this point. We'll have this blocker and then 2k, 2k, 1k, 1k. And then this Marco can also be a 2k. And then we'll just push for game next turn. I'm not super familiar with the Luffy deck, so I'm not super sure what kind of like rush cards they play. But even if they do play like Dragon, I guess, I'm really not scared of that at all. Okay, so we'll pass there. But yeah, anytime you can turn blockers, you always want to turn them, just to get value out of them, because I don't need to have this Marco standing. I guess maybe like he could play the unblockable Sanji, make this guy unblockable, hit us pretty hard, which could make things like a little bit uncomfortable. So Law into Sanji, yeah, I don't feel like that's really doing too much. He does have like a pretty good board, but I just feel like Ace is like too oppressive of a deck. Okay, so swinging 6 at us, this is a pretty easy 1k. No blockers, give the Yamato. I'm not really ever gonna play that. If I needed to extend the game another turn, I could play that. Okay, so I don't want to take the Luffy again, and he has, so it's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So he's down to 11 again. So this is just gonna be a free block there. I could take this, or I could counter like putting Garp maybe. Yeah, I feel like I probably just give the putting Garp. Or do I take? I'm not scared of dying at all. Yeah, I think I just take, honestly, because I can just play blockers next turn. If I don't think I can close out the game, I can just play like Marco and have double Marco standing. But the one thing to like worry about is I know that they do play the unblockable Sanji in this deck, so that's something to play around. But even if they use it this turn, he wouldn't be able to leave much up for leader effect. And I'm guessing he's gonna pass with like a bunch of Dons standing, just as a bunch of counters. I feel like when this leader was released, I thought he was gonna be really, really good because he was the first one. I think he was the first one in OP13, and then everything else in 13 just got like so much support. Yeah, I don't really see the reason for this swing. I'm just gonna block, obviously. And then if he wants to swing the Mihawk, then it's pretty easy for me to get out of with all the counter in my hand. Okay. So I could play the Roger here. Obviously, he doesn't have the effect. He has 2 blockers, 3 Dawn up, so that's like 7, 9, 11 for his leader, and then 13, 15, 17, 19. So I don't think we can actually kill him this game. The Izo is pretty good. I mean, this basically just gives us like 2 leader effects, and we have so many 2k counters here. I think I probably leave the Marco standing. Let's just start with a 12 at lead, because I imagine he'll have to give us one of the blockers if we swing both 12s, and then we could just play like Marco Izo, something like that, and then leave this Marco standing, and then now we have these 2 blockers that's going to draw us 4 cards. Okay, so he does just block that. I want to go for his board here, because like, so yeah, the one downside is if I do play the Roger and just swing at his board, I don't get anything on leader, which really is just 1 additional card. I honestly think I probably do. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that's 13 there. Could play both of these. Yeah, I honestly think I'd probably do that. So let's just go 7. I'm guessing he, like, leader 1Ks. Yeah, so leader 1K probably. I definitely could have blocked. And then I think here, so 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then a 2K. Or you could block 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1K. Thinking if I want to kill this, just like one of these bodies. It is interesting, his leader effect really does give him like so many cards. It's really surprising to me that he's not better, but I mean, when you're playing against Ace that just drops all these massive bodies. Okay, so let's just go 12 lead. I don't think I really need to kill anything here. I think I'd rather just get the value of like swinging at his 5K compared to the 7K, even though he could just block. Because I'm probably not turning Marco this turn. I don't think, at least. Okay, so he takes there. Maybe he plays Roger. I think I would still be fine though, because I have so much counter in my hand. Oh, I forgot that he... Yeah, I forgot he did that. That's okay. And we will pass there. So 2 blockers. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 swings. We have 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, and then leader. And then Izo can also turn one of them into a 2K counter. So pretty interesting card. I saw, I think it's Jake Hayes on Twitter. So go check him out. I know he's been pretty active on Twitter recently. I saw the Izo in the deck list that he posted. Wanted to give it a try. I've also seen some tech cards with the 1-cost Visa blocker as kind of a tech for Zoro, and I thought that was pretty interesting as well, but I'm trying the Izo right now. But yeah, so we do end up getting there. I think, obviously, he doesn't have any way to rest anything or unblockable. So, like, there's literally no way he gets through, honestly. We have double blocker. This blocker will draw us 3, so we go to 9. This blocker would draw us another 2, so we go to 11 in hand. And then at that point, there's just no way he gets through anything. But I imagine this is probably pretty ace favored if I'm really thinking about it. I'm not sure what Luffy can do, because the deck doesn't seem like super aggressive. And I also think ace is just like quite good against decks that are just trying to kill him. But maybe I'm wrong. I wasn't actually able to see any stats of like win rates for this particular matchup. So we're playing against Zoro. This is for sure the worst matchup for Ace, and I'll see kind of what we can do about it. We're going second. We have the Garp, but we don't have a Ford on play, and the Yamato I think is kind of bad on 6, so let's mulligan. That is not great, I don't think. Alright, so the Izo, I'm gonna find this Izo. Oh wait, he can't grab Izo, can he? Yeah, other than Izo, that kind of sucks. Should have started with the Garp. I feel like we want... So this is obviously our combo piece for 8, so I think we have to take that because it's in our search. And then, yeah, so I think we take this for 4. And then we kind of try to just curve out of, like, searchers 4, 6, 8, and then realistically we'll probably find a 10 by then. I think the idea is probably just to try and keep bodies on board, just like you would play against Zoro in any other way. Maybe we hope he misses the Tashigi on 5. That's obviously, like, pretty important. This probably finds him a Tashigi, though, if he didn't already have one. Yeah, he's not missing the Tashigi, that's for sure. Okay, so I think I just leader effect the Jozu here, and then I'm gonna leave the Izo on board in case we do want to, like, use Jozu. Realistically, I mean, I can use the Izo at a later time. I'm not, like, super pressed to cycle because we already have the 4, 6, 8. I'm not sure if... So, I'm gonna play Marco on 4, and then he's gonna play Tashigi on 5, and he'll swing 8 into the Marco. I'm not sure if it's right to defend the Marco or defend the life. I think I want to defend the Marco. I think that's true for any deck into Zoro is you want to keep the bodies on board. So I think that will be my plan, is he'll go 8 into this, and then I'm just going to give 2k, 1k. Yeah, so let's do I want the Red Rock? I feel like I want to keep Red Rock for Mihawk, so I think what we'll do is that... I think I did it backwards, but it's fine. And I do want to keep a Jozu. Unfortunately, yeah, okay, so now we take this, and unfortunately we don't get leader effects, but I think that's okay. So now what we'll do is we'll go 6, just so we have this body on board now, so we're gonna try and snowball off of that, and then we'll go 6 again, and then we'll play the Jozu. It feels bad giving them back the Tashigi, because it's like, okay, cool, I'm gonna play Tashigi next turn, and the Tashigi costs 2 Don to play, so... that always feels kind of bad. But now we do have our 8 Don combo of like this into this, and we still don't have a Don on leader. Not sure why he didn't go 10 at Marco. I feel like you want to go 10 there. Okay, so do I want to cycle with Izo? I think I'm gonna say no. Do I want to defend the Marco? I kind of think... I don't know if it's right to defend the Marco or defend the life. I feel like I want to defend... Let's defend Marco again. So we'll do that. No, and then I guess just 2k again. Okay. Yeah, because he might play... Okay, so take this. Feels bad I haven't gotten leader effect on either of them, but that is the way the cookie crumbles. Okay, so 6... okay, and then we will play... Maybe I probably should have left that standing, actually. And then we will not take life. I feel like I'm gonna need a Roger. I also need counter, but I don't have any 2Ks. So 10, yeah, I think I'll do that, and then we'll go there and there. I definitely think I probably should have left the Marco standing, now that I think about it. Because I think if I leave this standing, like, I want him to kill this, basically. Yeah, I want this to die more than the Jozu, obviously, because this is going to draw me 2, and then this is 1 extra 1,000 power. Okay, so 8 lead, that's pretty bad. Okay, I don't think I can play... Yeah, so let's... No, cancel. Block this. Just because I can't, like... So if he just puts, like, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10... Yeah, we can get out of... No. Well, we need a 1k to get out of 10, 10. Yeah, I definitely think I should have left this standing. Okay, he does leave 2 Don, so I'm not sure what that's for. Maybe another Koshiro? Yes. See, because now I could block... Well, I would let this die and then block the life. Let's just use that. Okay, and we'll get rid of Izo. He will die. I cannot get out of that. So we're at 0. That's fun. We can double Marco, though, so that's pretty good. Let's honestly... So, if I go on leader and go 7 lead, he blocks. If I double Marco here... I could also play Red Rock on the Tashigi. I can't get out of any swings, though. Like, I feel like I need to play another blocker here. I low-key feel like I need to play both blockers. Yeah, like, I think I just go... let's go 7 lead to start. I'm guessing he blocks. Yeah, I think last turn, if I had kept the Marco standing, I would be pretty fine. Because I let the Jozu die, I block. I have 1 life right now. This guy draws me 2 more cards. And then here, I could go, like, double Marco, swing this. Can I swing this, though? So I'm going to play double Marco for sure. I need counter. Can I swing? Because, okay, so if I swing both of these... and he has DMG, I lose. I think I just lose. I think I want to keep this standing for sure so that I can block at least the Tashigi to get the draw. Yeah. So I think this is right. We'll do that. So at least if he has DMG, we can block 1, draw 3. Now do I want to play this Garp to try and turn it into a 2K? I don't think so, and I think the likelihood of me getting another 2... Like, I don't think either of these are worth playing out. Are they? No, I don't think so. Yeah. I think we pass like this. Leave these 3. I'll block the Tish. Even if he swings like Sev, okay, he's gonna do that and then DMG. I'm cooked. Or just Tashigi, yeah, that too. Okay. So I was hoping he would swing this first. Okay, so that's 8, 9, 10. We have 11 exactly, so we'll draw counter for sure. And we draw 1K, let's go. So, yeah, so we do that, and then 2K, 1K, 1K. All right, yeah, we almost got there. I get, like, I don't know, if I had left this standing, we could have blocked. Maybe I should have left this standing, but yeah, he does win this. So if I leave this standing, I block. Okay, he wants to rematch. Let's rematch. So let's try it again. He went first. I think second is favored. I'm gonna look at the stats real quick. So going first is 42, going second is 43. All right. Yeah. So I'll just go second again. I think that's okay. So we have one. Is the Jozu good enough to keep, like, do I want to play Jozu on 6? Because giving him the Tashigi back feels kind of bad. Let's mulligan into something much, much worse than the hand we had. That's not great. Okay, so we'll just put this on leader, and then we'll pass. And we have no forward on play. I kind of hope he just goes like 8 here. Realistically, he probably searches 7s, and then I like have to counter out of it. I don't know if I'm allowed to take a life that, like, if you swing 7 here, if I'm allowed to take a life this greedily looking for a forward on play. I feel like I probably do take this life because I have the Dawn on leader. And then I defend next turn. Maybe that's probably how I play this matchup. Yeah, because I'll take this just because I'm going to get the extra draw. Okay, and we get the marker. Let's go. Never punished. Because now... can I defend both, though? Probably not. I don't have a... Okay, so... If I just let this die, draw 2, defend life... I feel like maybe that's right. Yeah, so we'll try that this time. And then now he goes 8 at us, and we have a billion counter in hand. So we're playing the Yamato for sure. Okay, so I'm not going to leader effect, and then we'll just go 2K, 1K. And then we will play Yamato, boom, and then we'll go 7-7. Then we do have the I'm Whitebeard and Newgate cards, so that is pretty good for us. So now he probably... What does he do here? Play another Tashigi, probably? I feel like they always have 3 Tashigis in their hand. Yeah, I do feel like I like... okay, so I will give the 2K here for sure. It doesn't really matter with leader effect. Like, I probably just give this for leader effect. I mean, maybe that's pretty good to stop their Tashigis and Cavendish, so maybe I do hold the Newgate. So... If I go 2, I need double. No, I need 2-1 to get out of this. And then if he hits me, I take. That sounds right. I go like 2-1. Do I play this next turn instead of the blocker? I think I do. No, I think I want to cycle. Okay, so I'm gonna go 2-1. So we'll go 2-1, take the 9 at lead. Draw an extra card. Okay. So now we do the new gate for sure. And then that'll put 2 here, 2 here. So it'll be 8, 9. Yeah, I think so. Let's do this. No. And then we will get rid of the Izo. Would have been nice. We'll get rid of the Izo here, 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 here. And then let's go 8 first. And then if he gives me 2-2, I think I go with the Tashigi. Maybe. Or do I just go 9? I feel like Zoro has to give me 2-2 unless he just doesn't have the 2Ks for it. Then we do have 1, 2, 3 2Ks. Leader effect is another 2K. We probably give the new gate. This new gate probably doesn't even matter in this matchup because, like, Zoro can just hit me. Okay. So, 0 cost 1K. If I go 9, it probably kills it. So I think we just do that. Oh, shoot, I forgot that this has an effect. Dang it, I forgot about that. I could have gone 9-9. Let's just go. Can I do? Yeah, it's that leader. Yeah, it sucks. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, I 9-9 there probably kills it. And then we can't even go for game next turn. Maybe that was wrong. Yeah, I'm not super sure the best way to play this matchup. Okay, so obviously give a, well, do I want to give a 2K or block? Because I don't want to block his leader. So I'm gonna take his leader swing for sure. Like low-key, I feel like I have to let this die, take the leader swing. Maybe he plays. I feel like playing Mihawk. I don't even know if they're playing Mihawk next set, to be completely honest. I feel like they should. Okay, so if I give a 2K here, let's just give a 2K. I think that's fine. Because if I block, he's gonna go 14 into it. Which is fine. Like, I feel like I'd rather him go 14 here. 14 here, 2-1. We'll 2K. We will 2K. Yeah. He finds the restand event. No, 2K. Okay. And then the new OP13. Oh, yeah, he gets to play another Tashigi. So 6 lead. So he has his leader. I think I blocked this one. Yeah, cancel, block. I have so many 2Ks. I think it's fine. Yeah, I kind of thought I could have blocked this one. Then he goes 9. Ooh, that's annoying. 9, 9, 9. That would be pretty annoying. I think I have to let this die. And I think I have to play this next turn. I know this matchup's hard, but I have not played it a ton. I feel like there's a lot of like little decisions I could maybe be doing better, but I'm not sure if like they win me the game. Okay, so 12 here, she dies, draw 1, and then 6. So my leader effect, I don't think I can get out of this. Like, so leader effect 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Maybe I'm supposed to. I already did get leader effects. Maybe I was supposed to save this. Yeah, I think I'll take that. Okay, so this board is going to kill me next turn. Maybe I'd go 6. Yeah, I'll go 6, 12, and then play Taxbeard. And then maybe try to kill next turn because we can play Roger and play around the blockers. But he can get 2 of them to swing if he dumps his hand, which is kind of annoying. Okay. So as long as he doesn't have the restand event, I think we lit. Oh, he does. Never mind. So he could like 12, 12. Okay, so he has to stay alive because if next turn I'm gonna go Roger, and then I'll have 6. Yeah, no, he needs to stay alive because there's no way Zoro's gonna have. Okay, so we will give a 1k. All right, and then we have 2, 2, 1, 1, 1. Oof. Yeah, dump 2. Why did he swing there? That makes no sense, but okay. I mean, I know he was restanding the Dawn, but like, okay. I mean, that could have just been. I'm guessing that was a misclick, and then 14 at me, and then he can go 14 again. Oh, I'm cooked. All right, so there, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1. Yeah, if he didn't have the restand event, I think we won that game. But also that was asking a lot, and the 1k here didn't mean anything. He wants to go again. Nah, I think we're probably good. You know what? We'll try one more. Oh no, he's gone. All right, never mind. Yeah, those were like pretty good. I feel like I'm not sure what I could do better. If any of you know what I could have done better in those games, let me know in the comments below. Because I'm not super sure how best to beat Zoro. It's obviously the deck that's like difficult for Ace, and I'm not sure the best way to go about beating. Okay, so we're going against Nami. I don't think she really gets too much in OP13, so I'm guessing this is probably going to be like a fairly simple matchup. We have a searcher into 4, into 6. Like this is probably fine to keep. I think it's fine to keep. I'll just keep this hand. One thing I'm not super sure about this deck in general is, so when you're going second, you kind of want to curve out. So I'm going to grab this, and then we can search, I guess. Maybe we search. So we have 4. Yeah, let's try and find like a Jozu. Yamato. We can't take Yamato. We can only take a 2k here. I don't think we need another event. But yeah, the one thing I'm not sure with this deck is, so when you're going second, you want to go like Marco into a 6-drop. So if I put like a Don on my leader on this 2-Don turn, if I don't have double searcher, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to take like this swing here because it gives me my leader effects. I think I'm not going to take it just because I don't need to. And then I'm going to use this to cycle because we will leave one in case we do get a Jozu. And then I'm going to trash. I'll save the pudding in case Nami really doesn't get too high in hand size because of her leader effect. So we'll just get rid of a 2k. I'll hold on to it just in case we do want to use it. And then now we'll go 6 lead, probably leader effects. And then we can play the Marco down. The playing bodies that are like 5 and less is kind of annoying against Nami because she has the little like Nojiko and Zeus that makes it pretty easy. Oh, she also is using this promo. I don't actually know if it's been announced when we'll get this in the West, but I know this is quite good for the deck. And then I could block or I could take. I think I want to just block because it is a pudding deck. I think I'm fine, and I think I win the late game. So now what I'll do, I'm going to 8, so I'm going to want to play this next turn. So I think it's probably pretty important that we find a 10 cost, which we don't. Let's just grab, we could probably Red Rock one of their like kids that they play. And then we will do that, and we still don't have a 10 drop. That's really surprising. Yeah, so next turn, maybe if they have this big of a hand size still, maybe we just go like pudding Marco. Okay, we get puddinged. almost gave us the top end we needed. Maybe we'll top. We could use this to look for the 8 cost event. That's probably our best play. And then 9, I think I'll just take this. I don't have a 2k. Yeah, and then we get our leader effect. Okay. So, yeah, we actually... No, I'm at 8. I can't search for the event, but I will probably play Jozu. There's really nothing I want to bounce, but I could go like 7-7, play Jozu. I think that's probably my best play, and then I just bounce both of these back to my hand, because I don't want to give them anything that they have on board. Well, and actually the Shirahoshi protects their board. So I think just bouncing both of these is always my best play. Yeah, and then now we're back to 10 in hand, even though they puddinged us. Katakuri, that is very interesting in this deck. I guess you just... Oh, yeah, so he'll do that, and then he'll play Kid to trash it, and he goes 7 there, yeah. Okay, so we will definitely defend this. How do we want to defend this? I think we just give the... I have so many searchers. I probably just give a searcher, honestly. Yeah. And then I'm going to play Newgate here, and then he'll put 2 Dawn on each of those. So let's hold on to the Marco. I'll trash that, and then we'll go there. 8 is pretty awkward for Nami to deal with, because it's like leader effect and then 2k. So probably takes one of these at least. Yeah, and then 2k. I feel like the power level of Ace is just too high for Nami next set. Oh. Guessing that was an accident. Yeah, and then next turn we just go like 12, 7, 12. I mean, maybe they play Akuma and heal. Definitely seemed like a... I'm guessing they were like rearranging their hand and then accidentally let go. And I can just block here. I don't have any reason to not block that. Yeah, next turn we probably just go like 7. Okay, so... Oh, she actually does play Newgate. I didn't think about that. Actually, it's pretty good for her. Because it gets it on leader. Yeah, if they weren't already at 0. And so it's 6 and then 8. I think I just give the 1k here. I don't really want it to die. Oh, oops. Did not realize I was using leader effect. Yeah, well, that's fine. We'll do that. And then, yeah, and then now we just give it 1k. Wait. Oh, it's for the battle. Dang it. I'm so stupid. Holy. Alright. I don't think it matters, though, if I'm being honest. And then we'll go 12. And I feel like they have to block... block 1k. All right. Yeah. Yeah, I think there was like obviously a couple misclicks there, but I don't feel like Nami is super competitive next set, but I just figured I would throw in a random game against one of the older leaders that we paired into.